feel no matter what's gone on and everything, we should not have lost this game. We should actually have
But you're
won
right
it.
though, Tomo.
But we were always, because of those changes, the ones that went, the ones that come in, everything, all in that melting pot, trying to sort of get them to play was not going to happen overnight. And I think even Arne, and we were talking there about Arne coming out and having a go at his place, you can't do that. You just can't do that. He's had to sort of deal with all this, the new players, the old players, then the injuries on top of that, which has left the cupboard bare. But I just think, look, this has been probably, you're going to get one of these games. Let's hope this is out of the way, because this was one of those ones that, not a gimme, but we should have been better handling this game.
We're not a finely tuned team. We're just not at the minute. You know, we were spoilt under Jürgen. He got us to that point. We were a different animal. We were finely tuned. We were going into games, you know, we weren't even contemplating losing. We were challenging. We were Champions League challenging, cups, everything. You know, we've been in a really, really good place. We have transitioned, and that will come. You know, we will be that at that point again. But I agree with Tom. It was always going to come in the second half of the season, but we're never going to be the complete, were we? There was always going to be blips. You look at Bournemouth, a bit of a blip. And then you look at Newcastle, what a performance that was. Arsenal, really good performance away from home. They learned some character, desire, hunger, all that. All these things have got to come into this squad, into this team. And they're slowly coming into this team, and they will learn from mistakes. You can't go at that much drama at the end of the game. You know, you just can't have it, whether you're scoring winners or conceding and losing games. You can't have that. But they'll learn them lessons.
The game was all over the place.
Yeah.
All over the place.
And that was sticking in his throat, Tomo, because he is a manager that is all about control, isn't he, in games?
Oh, absolutely, because that's his manner, isn't it? And that's what people say, is he's maybe too calm. But it's great in all that, what's going on, all that craziness, you've got to have somebody who's calm. And that's why not just him, but the players. And the players didn't manage that game today. And defensively, it had been so sort of in charge that was the area where we ended up losing it. It's just absolutely baffling.
Well, not the one thing, but a big part of this, Abby, is probably that, again, because the teams in and around, aside from Man United at the moment, seem to be dropping points as well. This isn't something that should, you know, live on in the memory for too long, because they will get other opportunities to hopefully pull away.
Yeah, there'll definitely be other opportunities, and it's not over till it's over in this top 4, top 5 race. I mean, it might get to the point where we just have to win the Champions League to qualify for it, and I'll take that now. But obviously the other teams around us are starting to improve as well. I mean, like you've said, Man United look like a bit more of a better team now. It looks like it's coming together quite well there at a time when we're starting to have a dip again. And it just doesn't feel very stable from us. So to say, yeah, there will be other opportunities. This game against Wolves was one of those where I was just like, guaranteed 3 points. That should be an easy game. I think something that's worrying me is probably the fact that, yes, we're not conceding many chances. Like, you know, at the end of the day, they only had 3 shots on target, but we concede 2 of them. And yeah, we're not constantly under threat all game. You know, the defence is doing really well. But when we're in that situation where we're getting shots on target, we're conceding and we're panicking, and Alisson's distribution's not been great, and that's worrying for me. It looks all right when you look at the XG and stuff like that, but the fact that they've had 3 shots on target and we've conceded 2, it just rings alarm bells to me going forward. And I've seen that with a lot of games this season. And yeah, I like to praise the defence as much as I can, but that's a worry to me, because it just tells me that we panic in a situation. Like, it just tells me that we're panicking the moment that we're under threat and we're not in control for 2 seconds. So that's a bit of a concern for me going forward, because I'm not really seeing that from other sides like Man United. They look a lot more finely tuned in that way and look like they can sort of handle being under pressure, if you get what I'm saying. That's just a big concern for me when I've looked at the stats after the game.
It's sometimes how you explain it as well, Annika, isn't it? I mean, he even said at his interview there that the second goal wasn't even a chance. And it feels like the first time that the opposition go towards the goal, you know, it is a goal, isn't it? And he spoke about it in his press conference before the game. Every team now, if they're organised, has probably got 5 or 6 counter-attacks that they can score from in the Premier League. That's what makes it such a difficult league to call. Any game is seemingly so open at the moment.
it's so open, but you've got, I don't know whether Anthony think, I know Abby just said that the other teams are sort of, Villa having a hard time. You've got Chelsea having a hard time, and it's looking as though it's going to be tight. I don't, Abby, believe that Manchester United have actually been playing well. They've been getting away with it, with a lot of results, and I think they will have a blip. Hopefully, it's when we play them, but I do believe that it's still going to be very. I do believe that we'll be in the top 5, probably the top 4. But I don't want to have too many more nights like tonight.
It's taking its toll. Friday's huge, Annika, for Liverpool now, isn't it? FA Cup. You might have even, if you had to pick between the two, and we were having this discussion next door whilst the game was going on. If you could have picked between the two games, which one would you have picked to go through in the FA Cup and drop points tonight? Because, like we said before, there's still opportunities to go and claim that top 5 place.
I was asking myself the same question, and I just can't land on an answer because it feels tough either way.
Definitely all on Friday now because we know the result.
Yes, exactly. But I'm really excited for Friday now. I feel like we have a lot to play for and to show up for, and so it's a tight turnaround. But I'm eager to see how they show up, and yeah, I'm hopeful. But yeah.
What about you, Anthony? Friday, massive for you now.
Oh, I mean, we're in it for trophies, right? That's what we're in all of this for. I mean, and I know there's so much money and kind of stability in getting top 5, but yeah, next game, focus on getting further in FA Cup. As Abigail said, Champions League remains something that we're in the mix, and it's a special competition for us, and we always seem to find a way of being there or thereabouts. So yeah, like you say, today's done and dusted. So I'm pretty sure if you'd given Wolves the choice, they'd have preferred Friday as well. So yeah, let's make sure we're the ones that are putting them out of the cup on Friday.
I think you're probably right. Let's get some more reaction from Molineux then, and Virgil Van Dijk has been speaking to TNT Sport.
Virg, how do you put that defeat and performance, I guess, into words?
Listen, I think it's down to ourselves. I think we were slow, we were predictable, sloppy in possession, wrong decision making, and obviously we didn't concede chances. But obviously, if you perform like that, then a result like this could be a result of that, and that's the fact, and that's disappointed from tonight.
You got the fastest start of the weekend, but often it feels like in games you're struggling to get a fast start.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's not one reason why that's the case. Obviously, the game nowadays in general will be overanalyzed and analyzed, and why things are happening on the pitch. And we as a team, we want to start the game as well as we can. And last game we did. Today we had majority of the possession, but we were still making wrong decisions, I think, and couldn't find the end product. And yeah, in the end, it's just disappointing.